where do we come from? Like, where do people and everything, where does it all come from?
God.
Okay, you want to answer?
God.
God.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Anyone want to add on? What do you think?
I agree with him. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, God.
Yeah, I would say that.
God, okay. So God made everything that you see, and He made people, made humans, right? Right. Okay, great. Yeah, so the Bible talks about that, right? The Bible talks about the fact that God made mankind. He made everything in creation. All right, and why did God make everything? Like, why are we here? What's our purpose or meaning in life?
Andrew got this
Well,
one.
we have to we have to give back what Jesus did for us. Like He gave His life for us. So He gave His life for us. So we have to give it back.
Okay. So all right, but we're talking about the meaning, the meaning of life. So I appreciate where you're going to, but like, what are we giving back? Like what?
We spread peace, kindness, all that.
All right. What do you think, D'Angelo?
I agree with him.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So the meaning of life, you're saying, is giving back. You'd say giving back to God, or giving back to people, or okay, giving back to God. And what's that?
God's number one.
God's number one. All right. And where are we going? Where is everything?
I would say to heaven.
To heaven.
Yeah.
To heaven.
Is everyone going to heaven?
No.
No.
Some people are going to hell.
There's this kid at our school, Marcelo. He is not going to heaven. He's going to hell.
Why is that?
Yeah. What? Okay. How much
But we do more good stuff than bad.
Yes.
how much more good stuff do you have to do than bad? Like, how suspect do you have to be?
Well, you can do bad stuff, but as long as you're good in general, like you're a good person in general, I would say.
Bad, you have to reflect in your mind about it and admit that you're wrong and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so reflect in your mind and acknowledge that you're wrong, right?
Like,
But,
everyone does bad stuff, so I think that there's different levels of it, and
Yeah.
Marcelo just that was
No.
a different example.
Yeah, you can do bad stuff, but just not Marcelo type bad. You can't come back from that.
Yeah.
You can make mistakes, but it's not that big of mistakes.
Yeah.
Okay. What makes bad things bad and good things good?
I would say harming others severely.
But why is harming someone a bad thing to do?
Because assaulting them is assaulting
But why is it bad? Why is it bad to assault a person? What makes it bad and wrong?
You have to think about it. If you're that other person, you have to put yourself into the other people's shoes, and would you like to get beat up, that's what I mean.
Yeah, you need to think about what you do, and why would you want to hurt other people?
yeah.
Do you think that there's ever a time when hurting someone might be the right thing to do?
I don't, unless it's self-defense.
Yeah.
I don't think so. But even self-defense, have to be careful there because it can go too far over something too little.
So you guys started interestingly saying that everything was created by God, and so even what you're talking about now about not hurting someone, that's a law that's put into us that comes from God. And so would you say it's correct to say that the reason it's wrong to harm is because God said so, right? It's a reflection of God's character, and not only is it written in the Bible, but God's written His law on our hearts. So even people who don't have a Bible, they know by nature, hey, it's not right to do that kind of thing unless they kind of push their conscience down, right? We talk about people that push their conscience down. So why I wanted to go there is because what makes breaking the law so bad is not just because it's a rule, but because of who makes the rule. So for example, I'm not from Canada. I don't know if you can tell from my funny accent, but there's no. You're in the right hemisphere, South Africa. But here, have you guys what's a typical random school rule? We've got a lot of rules in South Africa because we wear uniforms. What's a random school rule?
I would say like vaping in the washroom?
Is that allowed?
No.
Okay, so no vaping in the washroom. What's the penalty for like vaping in the washroom?
Suspension.
Not that I would know anything about it, but a suspension.
Okay,
She's
suspension.
never been suspended.
Okay. Now, if you're on an airplane, if you're on a flight somewhere and they've got a no smoking sign, is that more serious or less serious breaking the law on like a government flight, international flight, than a high school in like a
Yeah, I would say it's more serious, but in high school they treat it like the high school is more serious because the adults will yell at you so much, but and on an airplane, like the police, they don't really they don't yell at you. They talk to you, but you do get in more trouble.
Yeah,
Like,
I feel like there's not as many like children on airplanes, so it's like people
Yeah, you
and
can't
people
yell at
just know.
adults, really.
good. So I got you. So I think the point that I'm getting at is the person who makes the law, based on who the person is that's making the law, that makes it a more serious crime. So like principal of the school versus government agency that's like looking out for people decides how serious it is. So it's not a matter of we've just made a few mistakes, but when we sin, when we do things that go against our conscience, that God's written on our heart, we're actually going against the law of the Creator. We're not making a few mistakes. You know what I mean? And so it's not even just a matter of saying, well, I'm forgiven now. Like I just need to say I'm sorry, and then God's over and above everything. Because you guys have mentioned Jesus a few times. Do you know what Jesus came to do? You know, everything.
He is everything.
Save our sins.
Save our sins.
Save us from our sins, right? But it's not just a matter of saving us from hell. It's you've put it really well, saving us from our sins. Because there's some people that say, well, I'm saved from my sin. Just say, yeah, I love Jesus, but I still love my sin. I haven't been saved from my sin. I still love lying. I still love lusting. I still love cheating. I still love doing all of these things because I haven't been saved from it. I'm still actually a slave to my sin, and I actually need God to rescue me from that. And but there's power in that because God's able to do that. That's why Jesus came and He died in our place, and He paid the penalty. Kind of like if you've dented a car, someone could say, "Hey, I forgive you for denting the car," but you still got to fix the dent. And Jesus came to fix the dent, right? He is like, you can do it, but I can do it, right? Yeah. Hey, do you guys go to a church?
I just go to church when we have it in school, because we go to Catholic school.
Okay.
But other than that, no.
Hey, can I leave you guys with one of these? This is a little. On the back, there's a code, QR code, and yeah, I think some of my colleagues over here are going to give you something else. That you can take with you. But yeah, thanks so much for chatting with us and talking about these things. Appreciate it. Thanks, Mohammed. Yeah. Have a good day.
I'm Corey McKenna, the equipping evangelist and founder of the Cross Current, and I can equip you to be an evangelism tiger. How? 2 words: by example. Fact: a tiger cub can be raised to think it's just a house cat, but if it sees the example of a true tiger, its God-given identity is unleashed. Well, as a tiger cub for Christ, that was my experience in evangelism. I was a pastor when I first saw the example of an evangelism tiger, and now I've since equipped countless Christians to be evangelism tigers with lost loved ones, and I can equip you to be one too. To be an evangelism tiger, watch my new show called Go Teams Media and see me and my team exempling evangelism. Just click on the blue button and subscribe to my channel. See you there.